Garry Kasparov in this match gives away two of his pawns in the opening against Viswanathan Anand to gain an initiative against Anand, who is playing with the black pieces here. So Kasparov is playing with the white pieces, and now this is the after bishop to c4, bishop to c5 happens, and b4 is played. This is the Evans gambit, and Anand captures this undefended pawn with his bishop, and now this is the Evans gambit accepted. And from this point onward, this allows the pushing of the pawn to c3 and then d4, launching an attack on that on the center, and the black need to now play very carefully to avoid any damages from this opening. So c3 now attacking the bishop, and the bishop retreats to e7, and d4 immediately attacking the center. Knight goes to a5 attacking the bishop, and the bishop retreats to e2 here. And after that, the pawn is captured, and the queen captures the pawn back with an attack on that rook over here. So knight jumps to f6, covering that attack, and also allowing a development move, which allows a castling on the king side if required. Kasparov pushes e5, attacking the knight, and the knight, instead of moving the knight, Anand brings his knight back to c6, attacking this particular queen and also this pawn at the same time. So queen goes to h4 now, and a knight jumps to d5, creating an attack on the queen, and the queen goes to g3 again, eyeing this particular g7 pawn. So the pawn push to g6 is played, preventing any capture of the pawn, and castling will be a bad idea because this bishop can go in here to h6, pinning the pawn, and you could lose your rook over there. So after that, Kasparov castles on the king side, and knight goes to b6 now, and pawn is pushed to c4, and an alternative move was to push a4, but c4 is fine. D6 now by Anand, and Kasparov do not go for the capture and brings his rook to d1. So now you cannot capture this pawn, because if you capture, the queen is hanging. So knight goes to d7 now, attacking the pawn, which is trying to create problems on this uncastled king. So bishop now goes to h6, preventing any castling ideas of Anand. And now this knight captures this pawn, which could be pushed further, creating problems for Anand on the king side. So after this, the knight captures, the knights get exchanged, and the knight captures back. And as of this position, Kasparov is still only slightly better. And the last knight, the knight comes to c3, and f6 is played, supporting the knight. And Kasparov pushes c5, attacking the pawn structure, and knight goes to f7, attacking this particular bishop over here. A better move was to bring your bishop out into the open onto that f5 square, and also connecting the rook and the queen. So the pawn captures the pawn, and the pawn is captured back, and queen comes to e3 now, pinning this particular bishop. And after that, the knight captures the bishop, and also the bishop is captured back, and bishop to f8, attacking the queen. So queen goes back to e3 with a check, and the king now gets to f7 into a little bit more safer square, and the knight jumps to d5 now, creating more pressure points and more problems for Anand as of this position. Bishop comes to e6 now, attacking the knight, and knight retreats to f4, in turn attacking the bishop. And now this is the mistake that Anand makes. He brings his queen to e7, thereby allowing you to pin this bishop against the queen. So after this, rook comes to e1 by Kasparov, and basically as of this position, Anand resigns the game. Because why? Because after bishop to h6, Kasparov can just bring his bishop to c4, creating more attacks on this particular bishop. So you can capture this knight with your bishop, and the queen can capture back, and still this bishop is pinned, and you cannot move it. If you move the king, you will lose the piece anyway. So the rook could come to e8, creating more support, but the bishop will be captured because the queen is up first. And if the king moves away, you can just push h3 and h4 and go for the exchange of the queen. So queen captures, and after that, rook captures the queen, and the rook captures back, and the queen now will goes to c4, pinning this rook against the king over here. Now, if you bring your rook over here, the Kasparov can just simply bring his rook to e1. This rook cannot capture because of there's a back rank weaknesses for Kasparov, but you cannot capture because this rook is basically pinned. Even if you the only thing you can do is to bring your king over here, then Kasparov will push the pawn and will go for the exchange of another rook, and it will be an end game of a rook versus queen, and one of two pawns will fall, and Kasparov will definitely win this match. So that's the match. It's a fairly short match, 25 moves for a match between Kasparov and Anand. Kasparov gained the initiative initially by giving away two pawns to launch that particular great attacking combination against Viswanathan Anand. So, and which ultimately leads to this victory. Anand never got a chance to play his game, and it was Kasparov all the way in this match. So, thanks for watching. If you haven't followed or subscribed, please do so. We'll be back with more such videos, and soon we'll be launching our own free chess course, which could help you improve your chess skills if you are playing chess as well. So, thank you very much again. We'll see you soon.